It's really interesting because a couple of years ago, McKinsey did a study and they looked at over 400 companies that were highly profitable, huge return on shareholder value, B2C companies, B2B companies. And they found that the number one differentiator across all of those companies was CX. Like it's the new competitive advantage, right? When AI and ChatGPT is like writing code and like, like our product features and differentiation, that's not long-term sustainable competitive advantage, right? But the more that we know our customers and serve them and create the experience like you just explained there, that's how we win, right? And so that's why it's such an important difference. Like, if you had a recommendation for everyone that's listening here that sees themselves in customer support in terms of what they should be thinking about in terms of customer experience, like what would you want them to know?
I kind of came up with this term at a previous company called PESH, right? And it stands for Personable, Empathetic, Simple, and Human. And for me, if you're on the front line, make sure every single person that contacts you, whether it's on email, phone, whatever, make sure you are approaching it in a personal, empathetic, simple, and human way. And you're already halfway there. If you're looking at the overall experience, go through it and you're doing the same thing, right? Where can we be more personal? Where can we be more empathetic? Where can we make this simple? Where can we make this feel human and connected and it's not just cold and heartless, right? If you're starting to do that and you're starting to have the mentality and really plan out what that experience looks like and making a difference, that customer experience, that is when it becomes a key differentiator. If it's a notion of, and don't get me wrong, like some people get quite uppity and they're a bit like, yeah, but our company always looks at cutting costs. Every company looks at cutting costs. Every company's only interested in making money. That's the point of the company. Otherwise, you probably want to work for like a non-profit charity somewhere. That might be better off. You probably won't get paid as well. You might have to volunteer, right? If you go and get paid, you have to keep costs low and keep income high, right? That's the whole thing. But just because you're having to keep costs low doesn't mean that you're unable to still implement that personal, empathetic, simple, and human experience throughout. And if anything, having a leaner organization makes you think a little bit more outside of the box and think, how can we implement automation in certain places? What are our internal customers, as in the rest of support, sales, whoever, what are they struggling with? And how can I fix that so then they can offer better experiences to our customers? I think we sometimes get so wrapped up. We have the blinkers on in our own world where we're not able to sometimes take a step back and realize that there is a lot more you can actually influence if you allow yourself to do that, if you allow yourself to sit back and look at the bigger picture. One thing I'd say to everyone is if you haven't given yourself time to really take a step back and look at where all the problems are and think, you know what, if I could do something, if I could do anything, what would that look like? And then seek it out like a dog chasing a car, just go for it and see what you can identify. Because as long as you can break away from that, why always me? Why can't I get what I want? Why does no one care about my department? Why are they always trying to cut costs? Why are we seen as a cost center? As soon as you can break away from that and start flipping the script a little bit on yourself, the things you can achieve are endless.